Geoditch. Alright, so we've opened this cupboard. And we are going to make our way to the nursery before we attempt to do the to open that little, what is it, the chest, the small little chest. I wouldn't really call it chest, maybe a bit more like a jewelry box, but yeah, we got the key for that, but we also got the doll for this. So let's solve this one and you'll see what happened with me. So we have the cat. Actually, let's start with the big one first. So we have the cat, the groom, the sheep, and the bunny. Over here we have, well, you can see the sheep is above this guy, farmer, whatever. I don't know his name. Okay, and we all can see the pig is below the groom as well. The cow is above the sheep. So put him up here, and you can see here, so it's the cow, this guy, and Nancy. Which I'm going to put her, well, she's on the same level as these girls. So there's this guy here. Move Nancy here, move this girl here. Okay. We have the pig. So the cat has to be beside the pig, not above it. Let's see what else. We have the cat, the sheep, the bunny. I think the bunny can go here. The cat is above the girl. The bunny is above that girl. It's above that. We have the groom. The pig's on the floor. We have the cow. It's above on the floor above the sheep. Got that. So we have the cow, this guy, and Nancy. That looks good. We have this girl, Nancy, and that girl. That looks good. We have the groom and the sheep. Looks good. That's good. Groom, da-da-da. This, and this. Let's check. Yeah, definitely easier the second time around, so I do remember a bit. But yeah, it's our Easter egg. So I don't usually try to search the Easter eggs. Because I never knew they actually existed before the Shadows at the Water's Edge game. But I looked up, so just for your information while we head to the bog, I looked up how to get the other Easter eggs, and I didn't bother with it because it seemed fairly complicated, or more time than I don't really need to do anymore. So obviously you saw how we got one Easter egg, but the another Easter egg is playing the dart game in the town, in the screaming banshee inn. So basically what you need to do is hit 4 bullseyes, exactly 4 darts, and use the other one, and use the rest of the darts, and just don't get any points. Just hit it on the backboard, and that will get you your Easter egg. Man, the third one involves the constellation pillar. You have to do something with it. That's all I know. And then you get instructions to go to the garden. And yeah, that was too complicated. I didn't care to do it, so I didn't. Well, we got our key now. It says, happy 6th birthday to a darling daughter. Dear Fiona, you are the light of our life. Our deepest love to you always. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Alright, so, and that was all in this box.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be in here. This is your home, isn't it? My name's Nancy Drew, and you're Fiona, right? Fiona Malloy? Fiona, listen. I didn't mean any harm. See, I'm looking for someone. A young man named Matt. I don't suppose you've seen him. Fiona?
Okay, so we reached this, and this is the only thing you can actually click. Oh.
No,
Okay.
don't touch that. No! Nuts. Well, now you're trapped over there and I'm trapped over here. No harm done.
I take it you're Matt. I'm Nancy Drew, the maid of honor.
Thrilled, I'm sure. You wouldn't happen to have a tunnel boring machine in your pocket, would you? Or food? Do you have any food on you? A biscuit or two? Some crisps? Cocoa Kringle? Anything?
Sorry.
Oh, the only thing that woman in the shabby dress ever gives me are carrots and potatoes and such. I've been wandering around down here for days. I want something full of sugar and nice, greasy fat. You know, real food.
Just how did you wind up down here anyway?
I stumbled upon the entrance to a secret passage in the nursery, so I thought it would be jolly good fun to make some ghostly sorts of noise from inside it and give Kyler a fright. But all of a sudden, this crow flew in through the window and came straight at my eyes. I fell backwards into the passage trying to get away from it, and the next thing I knew, I was falling through a hole in the floor. Fortunately, I only fell about 2 meters. So I got to my feet, and since it was dark and my glasses were knocked off when that crow attacked me, I started feeling my way along the wall, looking for a ladder or something so I could climb back up. But instead, my hand hit some sort of button. A siren went off, the door above me slid shut, and there I was. I yelled until I was hoarse, but no use. I was trapped. So I felt my way along the tunnel, looking for another way out, until I got to the lab you're standing in, at which point I blundered into the button you just pressed, siren goes off, door comes down, and suddenly I'm even more trapped. Not long after that, the doors at the top of the silo slid open, so I looked up, and by squinting really hard, I could see an old woman with long hair, wearing a long ratty dress, just standing there, looking down at me. I called to her, told her who I was and what had happened. I told her everything, called to her till I went hoarse again, but she just stood there. I even tossed my ring up to her, saying, "Go ahead, keep it, just get me the heck out of here." Nothing.
How often does she show up?
I haven't kept track. All I know is, every once in a while the silo slides open, and she'll be standing up there in the fresh air looking down at me. Then I get showered with vegetables, she goes away, and the silo slides shut. Whenever I talk to her, she kind of grunts as if she understands what I'm saying, yet she refuses to help me. It's like I'm her pet or something. And now there's 2 of us. Dibs on the potatoes.
Are you sure there's no way out of here?
Granted, I lost my glasses and am extremely nearsighted without them, but I've inspected every inch of this subterranean paradise, and unfortunately, it seems the only way out is through those silo doors. You see? As best I can figure from the papers and drawings I've found, you're standing in the laboratory where the bloke who lived here during World War II did all his top-secret research. He was working on new forms of propulsion to be used in flying machines, rockets, that sort of thing. Apparently, to keep unwanted visitors out, he planted devices which would allow him, at the push of a button, to seal off the lab. This gate and all the others will go up when our hostess decides to feed us. Opening those silo doors seems to reset everything.
Kyler's trying her best not to show it, but she's really worried about you.
That's the worst of it, knowing that my eagerness to play a silly prank on her is going to wind up ruining the wedding. She's going to be so disappointed, and humiliated, and appalled. She'll never forgive me. What an idiot I am. I love her so much, and I am so lucky a mongrel like me landing someone as smart and beautiful as her, and now, whether I ever get out of here or not, I'm going to lose her. What an unthinking, short-sighted, immature idiot.
For a while, Kit was convinced you disappeared because you had decided you didn't want to marry Kyler after all.
I'm not surprised. The fact is, soon after we got here, he tried to tell me I was about to make a colossal mistake and that I should call off the wedding. Such wishful thinking on his part is exactly why I didn't ask him to be my best man. Oh, I made up some excuse about office politics and occupational expediency, but Kit was, and is, and hopefully always will be, my best friend. But having him be my best man knowing he's still smitten with Kyler? I figured I'd pass.
Mr. Delaney, the caretaker? He thinks you were spirited away by fairies.
You know, I actually missed that superstitious, super ridiculous old fossil. Kit and I spent the better part of an evening rigging line in the garden so we could fool him into thinking a leprechaun was moving through the bushes. Only a branch snapped off and whacked Kit in the eye, and that was that. Except, I must admit, seeing as I have no idea who or what that thing is that has us trapped down here, Mr. Delaney might not be all that wrong.
I'm pretty sure her name's Fiona. She's the daughter of Brendan Malloy, the guy who was doing all the research down here. Everyone thought she was killed along with her parents when this place exploded. But she wasn't, and she's been wandering around in the bog near the castle ever since.
So, if our wedding ever does take place, it looks like I'll end up with a crazy in-law after all.
I'll be in here checking everything out, okay?
Great. Why don't I wait right here?
Okay. So now we have a whole entire laboratory to check out. So, we can grab some of these. They look like well, you'll see. You'll see. Where? Okay, and I'll leave that to last. So over here we seem to have a big chart. A receiver, Yeah, well, that definitely looks like a launch. I don't even know what you call a launch panel. And we have ourselves a rocket. There's a way to get up there, but you can see we have this here, and we also have a panel. But we don't know what corresponds with what, so we're gonna do that later. And I didn't see this last time, that you could go up. But yeah, something fits on top here. Okay. So let's make our way here. Here we have... Ooh, I see. Category 1, about incompatible. Never combine chemicals from these different chemical groups. I'm gonna have to write that down, aren't I? Let's see what we got here. No, I didn't want to do that. Have decided to confine tests to liquid propellants only. Believe they will prove more efficient than either a solid or hybrid propellant system. This means altering rock interior as liquids must be kept in separate tanks until ignition. Also requires separate combustion chamber. Note, test possibility of turning liquid fuels to gases prior to entering combustion chamber may improve efficiency. Shifting of center of gravity will occur as propellants are ignited and forced out of rocket nozzle. Test varying weight loads and component placements to ensure flight stability. And oh, look, it seems we have our color code here. Tests have included that only fin type 1 is successful. And then, is this anything more? Due to heavier liquid loads, must now maximize thrust. Okay, so this has got to do with the rocket, but I don't think we have to do that yet. So, is that only it? Okay, that's it for that.
Did you know there was a button here that says, in case of lockdown, press to open?
What? You mean something that could open up a way to escape was right under my nose the whole time? That does it. If I get out of here, I'm having that eye surgery. My weak stomach will just have to get over it.
Okay, so we have this in this game. So category 1, you can see category 1, 2, and 3. We seem to have a key on the other side. Why would someone do this? But yeah, these are extremely fragile. That's all we need. Extremely fragile chemicals. So what I recall is that they knock together, kablam. So just wait for a moment while I copy this down so I don't have to keep looking back at this sheet here. Okay, so basically went through the categories. So we have all the names of the chemicals in each categories, telling us not to mix them together. We also have since the bottles are only labeled with the symbols, have to go through them all. Some of them I don't know, like albumine. I don't think I've ever come across that chemical before. Then you have cesium, stuff like that. You know, I remember silver, water, it's right there. But yeah, carbon, iodine. Actually, did I get that right? Iodine? Yeah, I got that right. You know, I remember potassium, don't remember sodium. But either way, we're done with this chart, and I'm going to get myself killed. So let's see what what we have at the front here. So we have P, that's category 1, so right off the bat. I just remember for this, it was so hard to tell. Yeah, like that. I don't know how I'm supposed to grab it. Manipulating those bottles of chemicals got you thinking about going into chemistry. You'll have to stop going into physical therapy first. Yes, let's try again. This is gonna happen a lot. Because I seriously... don't know. Okay. So it just wasn't positioned right. Let's move this to the side, squeak by. Put this up. What? Okay. So I guess I have to go in more? It's so finicky. That's why I hate about this puzzle. It's just so... the chemicals you release in the environment weren't toxic to humans. I didn't get to read it all. You can read it yourself. Pause it. Blah blah blah. Okay. So what do we have? We have 2 H's. Quite a few. Yeah, so we seem to have some doubles of certain things. Let's see, where's NH? Oh, we have NH right here. Ah, this actually makes me nervous. I'm like, I don't want it to explode on me. Whew, we can squeak by, just squeak by like that. Okay. Oh, we have another H here. Here's HG, Mercury. Mercury is in category 3. I'm gonna move out of the way if I want category 2 cleared. This one here. That's just hitting the... Not hitting, but it's coming real close. More than I'm comfortable with. But I'm gonna have to leave it off for the next set, so until next time guys, long go full.